One piece of equipment, it's actually three, that I have in my dryland toolbox are resistance bands. Here are a simple set of TheraBands. They come in different resistances. The yellow is the lightest, the red is medium, and the green is the heavier resistance. I like to use resistance bands before I get into any heavy, intense training that I do when the weight room is open at the health club I belong to. Because I don't have heavy equipment, gym equipment at my house. I actually don't even have a workout space at my house. So I like to choose nice locations when it's nice and sunny out to do my dryland workouts when I'm not in a facility. And I carry my resistance bands with me. So the reason I like to start doing movements is because they're really good to use for movement execution before you go into heavier lifting with dumbbells, cables, barbells, or machines. You can do the same movements without equipment with the use of resistance bands. So besides using resistance bands for swim technique, dryland and swim technique that I've created videos for, I want to show you my top 5 movements that I like to do with the bands. Okay, I'm going to start with a lat pull down. I'm going to take my heaviest resistance bands, and what I'm doing is I'm pulling the band toward my chest, but I also pull the band behind me. So what I'm trying to do is pull my shoulder blades back and down my spine, and I alternate forwards and backwards. I would never pull a pull down bar behind me, but since the resistance bands are light enough to do that, it actually feels good and it activates my rear delts and my shoulder blades. So the key to using the resistance bands effectively is to hold the bands about shoulder width apart, and you pull it. As you're doing the movement, you're pulling it. So as I'm pulling my shoulder blades back and down my spine, my elbows back, I'm pulling on the resistance band to create the resistance that I'm trying to create in the back. Rear deltoids and lats, which are my major swimming muscles. The next movement I like to do is called a row kickback. I like to do these with dumbbells after I've done some movements with the resistance bands. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to step on the band. I'm going to make the band a little bit shorter by tying it or rounding it around my hands. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to row up. Again, I'm contracting my scapula, rear delts, lats, and then I'm going to kick back to get that tricep action. I'm going to row up, row, kick back. Row, kick back. So here I'm getting the backs of my shoulders and my triceps. The next move I'm going to show you, I'm going to go a little bit lighter. I'm going to take my red resistance band and I'm going to step on it with my other foot just to get the balance of it. And I'm going to do a bicep curl shoulder press. So I'm getting the bicep activation, and then I'm getting the shoulders, anterior deltoid primarily when you do a shoulder press. Bicep curl, shoulder press. So again, I just want to show you these movements because you can get a total body workout just with the use of resistance bands. Now, a way I like to advance on these movements is while I'm doing a pull down, I'm going to grab the heavier resistance band. I'm going to do a lunge, pull down, and so now I'm adding a more dynamic movement by doing lunges as I pull down. So I'm activating my glutes, hamstrings, and quads, as well as the posterior muscles in my back. And a lot of times I like to actually do the walking lunges. I'll show you from the side where I'm stepping forward, together, as well as reverse lunges, stepping backwards, together, backwards, together as I pull down. As you can see, I'm also working on my balance as I'm doing the lunges. You can also do bicep curl shoulder press with a squat. So I'm going to go to a little bit lighter, the red one. I'm going to do a bicep curl squat. So I'm going to step on the band. I'm going to stand up straight so my shoulder blades are back and down my spine. I'm going to squat, curl, and press as I squat up. So squat, curl, press, squat, curl, press. So again, instead of just doing the curl press, I'm adding the squat to it, so I'm getting more of a total body workout. So the way you can advance the row kickback is just by balancing on one leg. So I'm going to hinge forward, balance on one leg, so I'm squeezing my glute as I lift that right leg. I'm going to row, contract my shoulder blades, rear delts, and then I'm going to kick back to get that tricep activation, and then I'm return to starting position. Again, it's important to go slow and controlled. Hold the movement at contraction a little bit longer so you can feel it, and then make sure you do the desired repetitions before you switch legs. So I should stand up, reset, bend over, hinge. I'm also feeling this in my hamstring because it is a hinge forward. I'm using my glute to hold my leg up. I'm rowing, kick back, and then working on some balance, keeping the core tight, row, kick back. So there you have it. The 5 exercises were a lat pull down, a row, a kickback, a bicep curl, a shoulder press. Those were 5 movements, even though I combined them. And then I added the squats and the lunges within those movements. So I guess it was actually 7 movements, however you want to count. I'd love to hear what your favorite dryland equipment is that you have at your house, or if you have any questions about the use of resistance bands, TheraBands, stretch cords, any type of band workout that you want to do, please comment below and make it a great day.